Inspiring new adventures are afoot, Aquarius. Hey, I'm Madeleine, if we haven't met before, and if you're back, very excited to see you. Thank you for being here, Aquarius. I am very much looking forward to see what is coming up for you in this month of eclipses. So, I want to give you a couple of astrological anchors before we get into your cards. So we'll talk astrology, get into your cards, and then I will close your reading by pulling a couple of cards from the Star Codes Astro Oracle so that your stars can weigh in at the beginning and again at the end. So, got a new moon in Libra, your fellow air sign, coming up on October 14th. So that is in your house of adventure, of philosophy, big ideas, your reach, things that you want to learn, things that you want to teach, adventures that you want to have. And on October 28th, we will have a lunar eclipse, so a full moon on steroids, right, in the sign of Taurus, which is your house of home, roots, family, ancestors, the past, right? So it's interesting that you're going to get some clarity, some revelation, full moon things around the platform from which you launch, which is the ninth house, what you launch toward, right? So, inspiring new adventures are afoot, and so is the ability to learn what it is that you need as your foundation to help you get that reach, that adventure, that expansion that every Aquarius I know is always looking for. So, keep that in mind. I'll be putting out video horoscopes next week. So October the 8th, Sunday, your video horoscopes will be up, getting into that new moon and going into what it means for each sign. Until then, let's get into some cards, shall we? Let us see what is coming up for Aquarius in October, Spirit. We want to know the truth for the highest good of Aquarius. What themes are showing up for my Aquarian friends and family? What do they need to know, Spirit, for their highest good in the month of October? What kind of themes? What kind of interactions? Remembering that whatever comes up is always for their highest good, for their actualization. So Spirit is talking, for whatever reason, right now about contrast. And they're like, so when we talk about everything that comes up is for your good, for your self-actualization, because that's what Spirit thinks of as our good. You know, sometimes so it's like, hey, I got my heart broken. That didn't really feel like it was for my good. But Spirit's like, but do you know yourself better? But are you more of who you are now? You know what I'm saying? Contrast. So probably, you know, what I'm hearing is like, don't demonize contrast. If something shows up with a little bit of friction, we can't get traction without friction. So let's use the friction for what it's fucking good for. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Spirit, heard. I'll keep an eye out for any cards representing contrast, oppositions. Now, Spirit is reminding me, it's like, well, that new moon is opposing Chiron, and it is squaring Pluto. That October 14th one, which, if you don't speak astrology, all you need to know is it's a bit challenging. We'll talk more about it next week. Okay, Spirit. So what else do you want to share with Aquarius? What is their story in the month of October? I want to know your guidance, your highest good, what's going on within, what's showing up in the external, Spirit. And where is Aquarius headed based on their past and present decisions? Got a couple extra cards here, Aquarius. Spirit's got a lot to say. I'm hearing the words revelations, and then I'm hearing Queen, like Freddie Mercury, you've got to break free. You've got to break free. Aren't you sad you tuned into this fucking video? Oh, Freddie. Okay. Haven't even seen the cards yet. They're just singing it. And you know, when an Aquarius needs to break free, they will. That's one thing about Aquarius. Woo! Got to break free. Mm-hmm. I'll pop your reading up right here. You're going to be able to see everything that I am seeing. I've got to I was going to say, I promise I'm going to stop, but I really can't promise that. So here we are. Wow. Wow. I feel like things are changing for the better, and probably quite a few of you have been craving some movement, some change. Ah, yay. Sorry, that's a good wow. Wow, wow, wow. I also want to use the phrase power couple. A couple of y'all are already, some of y'all are already coupled up, some of you are not yet. I'm seeing joining forces with somebody, and I'm seeing it looks good. It looks healing, it looks freeing. And, you know, partner can mean a lot of things. You don't have to necessarily be romantic partners with somebody, although, like I said, that's definitely coming up for some of you. Great time to remind you, these are general readings. Some messages that come through, I'm an intuitive reader. Some messages that come through from spirit are going to be for this group of Aquarians, some over here, some over here, some over here. So take what is resonant for you. Don't worry about if something isn't. That's not for you, then that's for some other Aquarian. So whether this is like, oh, this is me and my boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever, or this is me and my business partner. This is me and my counselor, and we're really making great strides. Whatever one-on-one is kind of what I'm feeling. We'll talk more about it. So, Aquarius, you are the water bearer because you prefer to keep your emotions in a separate vessel. The moon is at the center of your reading. You don't like getting all up in your feelings if you're the typical Aquarius. Maybe you have a bunch of water in your chart, and maybe you do feel comfortable getting into your emotions. You're going to have an easier time if you're comfortable getting in a little over your head. If you're not so great with that, that's okay. Breathe and float. Remember that if you start to feel like you are drowning in your emotions, Aquarius, all of us have the ability to float. So you don't have to, oh my God, I gotta stay on top of this. I gotta doggy paddle over these emotions. I gotta tread the water. No. If it gets too hard, I'm gonna let go. The moon is our unconscious, our memories, things that, you know, it's like the moon can create mirages where we're looking at something that might be a perfectly good option, but, you know, cast under the moon's funky glow, it looks scary, or it looks threatening, or it looks primordial. Your fear, your sadness, your trauma, your past is not going to swallow you whole. And it's even less likely to swallow you whole if you make the time to reflect. The Hanged One is crowning your reading. When I see the Hanged One near the moon, pretty good. It's like, hey, yeah, things are looking very weird. Moon. The Hanged One says, oh, how weird. And they are at peace with the fact that they are not going to be in total control, that they're not going to understand everything right off the bat, that this is like, oh, I've been, my world or I have been turned upside down, hard to tell which. But whichever is true, this is an opportunity for me to gain new perspective, to look at things in a new and different way, from, you know, kind of suspended animation, in limbo, right? Some of you might be doing some deep therapy or deep unconscious exploration of another variety. You know, you're tuned into a tarot reading right now. That counts. 100% This is a very moony form of communication. I am not worried about you. I think you might be a little confused right in the moment, like at the beginning of the month, like moon at the center, 5 of Wands in the position representing where you find yourself. So kind of like fucking around, but not necessarily finding out. That's the 5 of Wands energy, right? So you might be batting around ideas with people. You might be engaging in a couple little comment skirmishes. I would say the less time you spend on that, the better for you. The clearer you get, the better for you. I'm curious if any of you have Scorpio placements, because I'm seeing a little bit of a similar message running through this one. The idea of focusing on your own wand. If you're measuring your wand against other people's and going like, man, like, look at my wand. It's like, it's only this big, or this person got this or whatever. That is not doing anything to fuel and fire your creativity, your expansion, your possibilities. Okay. So the less time you spend comparing yourself or competing with people that you really have no business competing with, it's like watching a high school kid get into the sandbox and argue with the kindergartners. Like, you really wanted a bucket and pail that bad that you had to push a kindergartner? Don't do that. Let's not, we look silly doing that. Okay. We're talking energetically, mentally, emotionally. Okay, Aquarius, like, you're known for being quite evolved and kind of out of this world and seeing things from a different perspective. And maybe sometimes that can translate to feeling like you're maybe above things or people, or like they just don't get it, or they're not, they're, slow or something. No, they're just different. But the whole point is not to focus on them. Just grab your wand, page of wands, and be like, this excites me. This makes me want to go out and try something. This makes me want to go out and do stuff. Like, there is a new phase of life that is being kind of like someone's blowing the horn and saying, yeah, let it come in. Let it come in. We want something new. We want something fresh. We want something exciting. We wanted things to change. We've been hanged one. We've been hanging around quite a long time trying to gather intel, trying to understand what's happening, trying to get a grip. You will be set free very soon. I've got to break free. Queen of Pentacles sitting in your basement. If you have any question in your mind of whether you have what it takes, if you are skilled enough, if you are valuable enough, the Queen of Pentacles is like an unequivocal, you have what you need. You are incredibly valued. Please rest, as a matter of fact, in your value. Again, you're not meant to be doggy paddling, treading water. Queen of Pentacles knows how to float. She's an earth queen, but she knows how to fucking float. Relax, rest in my value. I can trust, and I can also receive support from other people. If you have struggles with that, Aquarius, this would be a good time to reckon with that. Where could I use some support, and what kind of support would I want? Just even opening your mind up and your spirit up to ask those questions, not knowing the answer. The Fool sits in your future. Like, yeah, go ahead, get in over your head, figure it out as you go. That's what's like, it's going to work for you. You have what you need. Queen of Pentacles, you've got what you need. There's no scarcity to be worried about. You've got a King of Pentacles. When I said that some of y'all have great partners or are going to meet these great partners, and again, partners meaning many different things, depends on the Aquarius that is getting the reading. Wow, my cat is climbing straight onto your cards. Thanks, Praxis. I'm going to try to pick her up and show her to you later. That's the tax for her walking all over your cards. Right? Okay. The King of Pentacles, a match for your energy, sits in your future. So even perhaps some of you have partners and maybe they haven't been showing up in the exact way that you needed. This might be a month where there's like a kind of turning a corner, a turning point. Wheel of Fortune sitting in the energy around and available to you. If you want a new change, go ahead and push the wheel. Go ahead and shift from the inside out. Trust that when you shift something inside, you've got a couple of eclipses coming up, really good time to be like, you know what? I'm a float, spirit, Fool, fucking hanged one. I'm gonna go ahead and let go and learn what I need to learn from the situation instead of maybe trying to like determine the situation or make a certain thing happen. Like, okay, these circumstances have something to teach me. What if I were to just let it go and observe and just notice and respond rather than this is what it is and I'm going to make it happen no matter what? Hey, you want to come be cute for the people while you're making a mess? A brief pause to show you that big, beautiful, lovely Prax, who really actually enjoys being cuddled more than she appears right now. She's like, but Mom, I'm trying to pull all your clothes out. Hi. No, thank you. Oh, hey. Take my mic. Saucy ass cat. Pardon me. Pardon the audio interruption. We good? We good. Okay. Thank you to my cat lovers. Thank you for staying through that. Turning point. A turning point, it feels like someone shows up for you in a way that you need them to. And it feels like it happens on the heels of this kind of letting go. And like, I'm not in control of this thing completely. I've got everything that I need. I know what I'm doing, and I'm going to find out some new things. Let people show up for you. That is going to bring you a sense of peace. Let go of feeling like you have to know everything or figure everything out. Breathe. Breathe and reboot. A turning point is coming, so make your shift and trust that when you make a shift inside, you'll start to see that shift reflected in external events. When you haven't made a single, like let us say that you are someone who's looking for a partner and you haven't gone on a date, you haven't opened a dating profile, you haven't done anything. Nobody knows that you're looking for a partner. But over the course of this eclipse season, over the course of this month, you do think to yourself, you know what? I am ready for someone now. After all the things and all the stuff I've been through and stuff I found out, I think I'm really ready for someone. And I'm going to do X, Y, and Z for myself to help myself be even more open and available for that. Maybe it's like, oh, I'm going to go get into therapy because I just had this epiphany that I'm ready to find love again, but I do need to sort some things out or whatever. Do that and then look at how the world changes and you are presented with this person who's like, oh my God, now that you're available for this, I become available for this. Everything is connected. I hope that you know that you're listening to a damn tarot reading. So I have a suspicion that you probably know that as above, so below, as within, so without. Trust that. You don't have to do too much heavy lifting in the quote unquote real world. Sort through your emotions. Let the light shine on them in a different way. So it's kind of like looking back on an old memory, but perceiving it in a new way. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, only changed. And you sometimes have to decide, you know what, I want to be happy. There's a lot of reasons I have to not be happy or to be sad or to be lonely or to be whatever. I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose that I want to be happy. I'm going to choose connection. I'm going to choose creativity. I'm going to choose courage. And then watch the world match your energy. Give it a shot. Six of Pentacles showing up in the potential position. As you give, you shall receive. If you give generously of your time, if you give generously of your intelligence, you will receive in return. I feel on a fundamental level with all these pentacles showing up. We got Three of Pentacles in the key position. Collaboration, Queen and King of Pentacles. Collaboration over competition, Five of Wands. Who do I want to work with? Who is there synergy with? We've got these, 2 to 3 different talents. And when we put them all together, they are more than the sum of their parts. I see you increasing your money. I see you increasing your mental wellness based on making some decisions this month. And I feel like one of those decisions is centered around how you do or do not compare yourself to other people in your field or of your age group or of your whatever. Don't compare yourself, Aquarius, because you're a fucking original. You don't need me to tell you that. Okay. Let's get a little guidance from your stars. The clearer you get about the fact that everything that has happened to you, good, bad, and ugly, has made you the amazing, charismatic, fulfilled. And when I say fulfilled, it's like you contain multitudes. So even if you're not feeling like, oh, I'm fulfilled in life, it's like you are so full of experience and wisdom and skill and etc. Remember to look at yourself like that. Things change. And it helps you drop more dead weight. That's what I'm feeling. Why am I carrying this shit? That's not going to help me get where I'm trying to go. Boop. You Spirit, I want to pull a couple cards for guidance for Aquarius Spirit in the month of October. How can Aquarius have their best possible month? What advice do you want to give Aquarius to help them best move toward peace, joy, abundance, fulfillment, love. Aquarius in the month of October, Spirit. We want to share with Aquarius. Wow. Didn't we say that one of these eclipses is happening in your ninth house? Exploration and journey. Ninth house progressions. So, moving on and up in the world, going on an adventure, publishing and broadcasting, expanding. It's clear. So, again, if you feel stuck, or if you feel small, or if you just feel like you're not sure what you're doing, it's time to clock in. It's time to say, okay, Spirit, I want the wheel to move. I'll start the first push, and then y'all come behind me and help out, okay? And you trust that they will. Trust that they will. A new adventure. A new adventure is starting. Don't resist. I'm excited for you, Aquarius. Do you know what this is? Let me know. Comments, questions, stories. I love to hear and read them, and I deeply, deeply appreciate those of you who stayed through the whole video. If you ever want to get a personal reading or read your horoscope or check out any of the other tarot things I do, they are all on my website, madelinethevillagewitch.com. I super appreciate you, and if I don't see you in your video horoscope next week, then I hope I will see you in your mid-month reading. Bye, Aquarius.